Today we are talking about long distance relationship, long distance marriage. Actually, in this case, how do we cope? How do we cope? What's your experience in the past few years of our marriage and how it has been? So, who is starting?
You will start first.
Why must I start? You start.
You start.
Start. Before we got married, did you know we were going to have a long distance marriage?
But me, I knew because I knew I was working offshore, kind of. So need. There's no way I would avoid it. But I guess I had to put her in the picture. She need to know one or two things about how to cope about it. And in fact, I was reachable. We kept communications on. Told ourselves what
Yeah, you're already going
look
to how we cope. We are talking about did you know before?
Yes, of course.
Okay, in my case, I did not think that I'll get married to someone who will be away from home for a long time. Growing up, my parents were always together. And once in a while, when daddy would need to travel for one job or the other, like I'll feel it so badly that I will actually fall sick. I can remember my memory, like back in time. I remember that I will sometimes fall sick when my dad traveled. So growing up, I never imagined or thought that I would marry somebody who would not be around like a lot of times. Like somebody that will be away from home for months, not days, not weeks, months. Hey. So when I met him and it was becoming obvious that we would settle, started to consider that part. For me, it was almost a deal breaker. To be very honest, it was almost a deal breaker. You know, because I kept saying, no, I don't think I want to do this. I don't think I can do it. But let's just say the will of God just overtook the whole thing. Trust me, it wasn't even about being head over heels in love at that point. Because I was like, let us be at home
After
alone.
all, marriage is not all about love. Love is not enough for you to settle down.
Common sense is necessary. You look weigh the pros and cons, and in my case, I had to accept it, and I started thinking of coping mechanism. I forgot the grammar. Thinking of how I'm going to cope, and instead I've been coping. Not like I like it 100% right now, but what do we do? Man must work.
Yes, sir.
So how have we been coping? How have we been coping? Number one, like you said,
The best way is actually to keep communications.
yeah,
Be
communication.
reachable, not just that you just vanish.
What happens when you're in a place where there's no network? Sometimes that happens. But I think you should keep the person, make the person aware, make your partner
You
aware.
have all the time to inform the person that but I'll be out of network for this period.
Maybe
And then
days or hours or
so
something.
it's not going to be like forever you'll be out of network. So I guess there's no job that will take you out of network for months. So if there is no actually even offshore guys they still have a way of getting network.
With the
Online,
internet now.
yes. So you can make internet calls, not just normal national calls. Make sure you keep communication lines open and then be honest about everything. So there's
Yeah.
no need for
Be
anybody to
honest.
be scared or start suspecting and stuff like that.
Only yes, the communication 100% like that's like the major thing. Keep communication lines open. Like in our case, we did a lot of calling. Hello, I've been calling you. Where did you drop your phone? And like you just called two times, like within the
That's
last
normal
1 minute.
because auntie will always forget her phone.
Because I'm catching up with my life.
Then
I
she'll
was
put it
expecting.
on silent. Phone will be under her laptop.
Exaggerate. And then you'll be hearing, where did you drop your phone? What? And whose voice is that just here now?
She'll be like,
Somebody's talking there.
then she'll be
I'm
like,
like, guy, I'm in the market. Oh, no, no. We will now call video call. Show me around. Somebody just passed here. I said, somebody passed here. It's a man.
how
He
can
just
somebody
passed.
forget what she was doing just few minutes ago? Is it possible? She said, I forgot.
I forgot, yes. Another thing that we do, what else do we do apart from communicating? we keep each other informed. Like sometimes on my part, I tend to forget things. I might maybe on a normal day, on a normal weekend, I'm supposed to probably be at home. And I want to go somewhere, and I didn't tell him ahead. And then when he's calling, he's expecting me to be at home, and I'm like, I'm in traffic. Where did you go? Blah blah blah. And I'll start explaining myself, and before you know it, sometimes you will get things wrong, and get angry and all that. And
Actually,
you know the funniest part, we argue more when you're not around than when you're around.
yes, because when you are talking on the phone,
Yes.
the body language cannot be seen. You just hear only the voice. So it's good to explain proper
We actually
explanations.
struggle with
It
that.
might be it might be straining kind of, but it's good because it helps to reduce the psychological effect on the other person that is far away trying to
And then learn
cause
to trust someone.
trust has
Trust.
to be key. Trust is key. Without trust, would there be a relationship? I doubt.
Some people get to manage relationships without trusting each other.
But there will
Like
be a pain.
me trusting that he's actually at work, he's not somewhere chilling with
Chilling with the
with
guy.
one mulatto. Actually, some persons do it because they are far away from home. They might even leave work for a few days, go somewhere, relax, and all that.
No, but if that's part of your gene, I think it's
It's
going
not
to
anybody's
be
gene
obvious.
to misbehave. It's
It's part of the
it's your
character.
decision, not be gene.
See,
Gene
marriage,
is what you
marriage
can
does not
change.
stop. Marriage does not even stop anybody from cheating and stuff like that.
But it's not in your gene. You
would have
chose
known.
to.
If you would have,
Chose to. Not your gene. Gene means that it's in your biology. You inherited it from your father.
what if your father is
Your father can be an inside
upside
away player. Hey God, it's alright. What else did we do that helped us? Initially, we actually struggled with trust. Like sometimes I'll be like, why would you say that? Why would you ask me who was I talking to? Sometimes I'm talking to my colleagues and they'll be like, what are you saying? What was he saying to you? Does he not know you're married? I'm like, okay. So as I am now, somebody wants to remarry me.
it's part of
Hello.
the
Hello.
the first
Let's few years.
challenges you face in marriage for the first few years.
Yes.
You get to cope with some things later on. For the first stage, you will be like, there are some things that you may not accept, but going forward, you will
You
just
just
let me just
understand.
accept it and to avoid initial background.
There's one more thing.
What is that?
In our case, talking on the phone is actually better than chatting. Especially when something is wrong and we are chatting. My husband reads every line.
I don't know how to keep up with
Chat.
writing chats and pouring
And
your
when I'm
heart,
chatting
but
is
she's
when I
good
pour
at
out my heart more.
she's good at explaining everything, and then she'll be explaining. I will not be able to catch up to respond my own back, so I just prefer doing the call thing.
But when it's time to talk on calls, he will do all the talking. And when I'm like, listen to me, I'm talking. I'm the head of this family. I'm
No, I don't do that now. Over exaggeration.
like, hey, remember me exaggeration.
Ah, it's true.
On calls, you are the one that will be like gingering, making like, hey, this, that.
As you can see now, she's talking now.
I don't talk like this, like in public. The only place you can see me talk like on YouTube or something, or in the house. Everybody knows that I'm the introvert in this relationship. True or true?
You gave me two options, same options. What should I do?
Because it is true.
I'll just pick one of the two.
I am the introvert. Forget what you're seeing in the camera. I'm the introvert in this relationship. This is the extrovert in this relationship. But when it comes to my pen, like writing or chatting, you can't win me. That
She can use memo and kill her oga. Just send him memo because they can
No,
generate the
no.
typing thing so
The
fast.
talk is not that fast, but the writing, if there's an argument and I'm chatting, like I'm chatting and we're arguing on chat, I'm winning the case, hands down.
But the good thing about it is that for couples, you need to find your soft landing. Find a way to compromise in between the two. One person is
Two people cannot be hot at the same time.
so just find a way to keep things calm and keep things running. Understand yourself more. The reason for trust will be stronger. Then tend to believe the person more. When they tell you I went to church, just like I thought as much.
You accept it.
Yeah.
You kind of know each other's schedule at some point.
Yeah.
You know that, okay, at this time there'll be Bible study, at this time person is in choir practice and all that. Now, how did we cope when I was pregnant?
Mm.
That one is actually a
That's
miracle
a
because my mom was always like,
no, no,
"What
no.
will happen?"
Let me even talk about. You know, I went through a lot. I was with her for like 8 months during the pregnancy. So there were times,
Don't go
there
into
were times,
pregnancy issues.
there were times. This
Just
lady
talk
showed
about
me
how did we
pepper.
cope.
Let me tell them.
No, that's
She,
another video. Don't enter. I
I
don't want
grew,
this video to be too long.
I
I
grew.
beg of you.
In fact,
Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. We have not been growing. Head job. Please, thank God. Thank you very much. God
The
bless you.
button does not bite. Just thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Please drop your comments. Have you ever been? Are you presently in a long distance marriage or relationship? How have you been coping?
Still works.
Share your strategies with us. Let's learn. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.
Cha-cha.
Bye.